What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I don't know why I'm making it now, but it's fresh on my mind. It's currently 25 past 11. If I make it tomorrow, I'll bloody forget what happened. I'll have to watch it again, so I'm doing it now. Well, I mean, we've had an amazing night of boxing. There's a few things I want to say before. Listen, obviously the main things, AJ-USYK, we all know how that's just panned out. A lot of people will have mixed feelings about it. But before we get on to that, I think we need to speak about the other fights that happened, because other fights did happen. Callum Smith at light heavyweight is going to be phenomenal. That needs to be said. There isn't much to say about that fight. Knockout of the year. I don't care. Any other knockouts don't even come close to it. Callum Smith at light heavyweight is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And Callum Smith is a phenomenal fighter. So let's respect Canelo a little bit more because he dominated Callum Smith. But I think at light heavyweight, I think Callum Smith's going to be phenomenal. Not much else to really say about that. He just sparked him out. Campbell Hatton. Listen, I like Campbell Hatton. He's 20 years old. He's younger than me. So I don't want to slag him off because, listen, if he wasn't called Hatton, people wouldn't be complaining. They'd just be saying he's a novice. But people are expecting him to be phenomenal straight away, be like his dad, and that isn't going to happen. He didn't have many amateur fights. He's become pro. His uncle, his head trainer in after the fight, said that he became pro too soon. They were going to wait 2 years, but because of COVID and all that, it had to be rushed. And you can tell. And I think his career's been a little bit too rushed. He's fought on some of the biggest shows in the last year. And this, for you, I think it's his fourth fight, fighting in front of 70,000 people. Listen, he may have got the decision. He did not win that fight. I do not know how whoever scored that. Was it one of them fights where the ref scored it? I don't know, but it was not he didn't win that fight. And I've been on Twitter, I've been on social media looking for it, and I've not seen a single person say he did. So I like Campbell Hatton. I think he's going to be a phenomenal. Not phenomenal. Do I? No, I'm just saying that to try and be nice. I think he'll be a good fighter in the future. But he's got a lot to work on. I think he needs to go down to some lower shows. I heard them talking about it on his own. I think it's so true. He's fighting on too high a bill. He needs to go further down. Go fight in Mexico. Go fight in little halls. You fall fighting. You're fighting in front of 70,000 people at 20 years old. I think that's a bit too far of a step for him. So pull it back a bit, ground him, get him in some small shows, let him build his career up, and hopefully he'll be as good as his dad. But I doubt it. Lawrence Okolie next. Again, there isn't much you can say about Lawrence Okolie. Sorry, I apologise for that. I'd edit it, but I can't be beat. It's 11:30. I'm not editing, I'm putting this straight out, so I'm not going to cut that out. Lawrence Okolie was just Lawrence Okolie. He's so unorthodox, and it's just because of his frame. He's so long, he's so skinny, but yet he's so powerful. Very similar to the way Deontay Wilder is. Very skinny, very lanky, a really long reach, and just awkward to fight. The guy he fought, I'm pretty sure, was unbeaten. He didn't really offer anything, and obviously his record, yeah, he was unbeaten, but he hadn't really fought anyone of notice. No one that you could pick out as a really good win. Listen, he was a mandatory. Lawrence Okolie got it done. He dropped him with a right hand, I believe it was. And then there was only 30 seconds left of the round. Lawrence Okolie couldn't get him out of there, and then he caught him, I think it was in the next round of the round after that, with a body shot. Counted out, didn't get up. He defends his WBO cruiserweight title, and I think the sky's the limit for Lawrence Okolie. I really do. I think he's a phenomenal fighter, and I think he can. I've said the word phenomenal a lot tonight, haven't I? I think he can go really far. So yeah, well done to Lawrence Okolie. Roy Jones is just speaking on the zone there. What a legend. Roy Jones, cruiserweight. What a segue that is. Usyk is the best fighter in the world. I mean that. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, that's just not true. It is. It is true. There's no man, woman, dog, cat, tiger, lion, badger that can fight as well as Alexander Usyk at all. Not Tyson Fury, not Canelo, not Lomachenko. No one. There is no one who is as good at Alexander Usyk as at boxing. And that's the problem that AJ had. And that sounds so simple. AJ could not have a boxing match with Alexander Usyk. There is no one in this world, and I'm including Tyson Fury in this, by the way, because I think that's a very good fight. But in my opinion, there is not a single person on this planet who will win a boxing match against Alexander Usyk. There isn't. Usyk, in my opinion, looked rubbish against Witherspoon in his first heavyweight title fight. I don't think he looked very good against Chisora. He won the fight. I don't think he looked amazing. Tonight, that's up there with one of the best performances I've ever seen from a boxer. And listen, this isn't to say AJ was bad, and I just want to point out I'm gutted that AJ lost. Obviously, I wanted him to win. And we'll get on to soon the repercussions that could have for the fight. I'm sure we're all thinking of, but the first round started off, and I think it was about 15 seconds. Alexander Usyk caught AJ with a lovely backhand, and you saw AJ. He was kind of like, oh, right, okay, and Usyk was fainting so much in the first round, and AJ wasn't reacting. He was not reacting to any of the feints in the first round. And he just kept getting caught with the backhand. Second and third round, in my opinion, he realised that he wasn't fainting. Oh, sorry, he wasn't reacting to the feints. And then he just reacted to everything. And he was reacting too much. So in the second and third, Usyk could feint. And then AJ had reacted that much that he wasn't able to throw as much. Because he wasn't in distance because of how far he was retreating, how far he was pulling back. So it was 3-0 instantly to Usyk. AJ pulled it back. He started boxing quite well. Usyk started to look a bit fatigued. I think AJ really struggled to impose his jab, especially in the first 3 rounds. And then he started picking it a little bit more, doubling it up. AJ looked so scared to go in for it though. And that's not like Anthony Joshua. The amount of times we've said that AJ, especially early on in his career, the amount of times we've said AJ was too aggressive. He went for it too much. In this fight, I don't think he went for it anywhere near enough. He tried technically boxing Alexander Usyk, and it was never going to happen. That was never ever a way that AJ could win this fight. At all. Like I said, I don't think anyone can. Usyk started looking really tired, but I think from round 9, round 8, round 9, Usyk won. I'd give it a, I think, for me, I think Usyk won 7 rounds. No, do I? No, I think 8-4. 8-4. That's genuinely how I saw it. I'd give Usyk the first 3, 9, 10. Usyk the first 3, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I've done my maths wrong here. Am I being fake? Am I being stupid? So I'd give AJ. Yeah, no, sorry. So I'd give AJ 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'd give Usyk the rest. I honestly can't believe... Listen, we all know how good Alexander Usyk is. I never realised he was that good. Ever. He was phenomenal tonight. And let's not forget, this isn't a man... I put something out earlier saying, without a shadow of a doubt, this is the hardest fight AJ's ever had. And the reason I said that, because... Listen, of course there's a difference between cruiserweight and heavyweight. We've seen that. We know that that's a fact. There is a big difference. This is a man who didn't just do well in a cruiserweight division. Held his own in the cruiserweight division. Usyk dominated the cruiserweight division with ease. With absolute ease. And I have a feeling he could do the exact same now. If Anthony Joshua wants this rematch, he best not turn up to box, because he won't win. If Tyson Fury wants to fight Usyk, he best not box, because he won't win. There is no fighter on the planet. I've said it so many times, and it's because I don't think people are actually realising how good he is. Especially casuals. Now, I hate using that word. I hate it. But when AJ's fighting, you get a lot of boxing fans who only watch AJ's fights. They probably won't know who Usyk is. I'm telling you now, he is categorically the best fighter on this planet. You put any man in that ring and Usyk wins. I'm worried for Joshua. He did not look there at all. He looked completely out of it. And it was a sign to me that you could just see he's lost. When a fighter loses... when a fight ends normally, both fighters walk around. Even if a fighter knows they've lost, they walk around with their arms up. AJ had to go and sit down. He did not look good at all. Usyk, well done. Congratulations. And one thing that pissed me off with AJ, he must have known he was losing that fight. Rob McCracken's a very, very, very smart man and one of the best trainers this country's ever produced. He must have known he was losing that fight. Yet for some reason, in the last round, he was still trying to find his range with a jab. You know, he must have known that he had to knock Usyk out at that point. But for some reason, he's still trying to double up on his jab, get his range. No. You're losing. Even if you won that round on points, you're still not going to win the fight. AJ had to knock him out in that last round, and you wouldn't think it. And that really annoyed me, because it felt a little bit like he couldn't be arsed. I'm gutted, man, because again, I mentioned it earlier, I touched on it earlier. This ruins the Tyson Fury fight. It does. That fight, unless the belts are there, it won't have the same impact for me. And in fact, I don't think that fight will happen now. I don't. Listen, Fury's got to get past Wilder. Obviously, there probably will be a rematch. And if that rematch happens and AJ can somehow beat Usyk, then maybe we can talk about the Fury fight happening. But people have got to remember, there's Dillian White still sat there as well. Do you know what I mean? There are other fighters who want a shot at them titles. The heavyweight division has just took a really, really interesting turn, and I'm really looking forward to the way it goes. October 9th, Fury Wilder, I'll do a preview for that when it comes around. Really looking forward to it. Absolutely gutted for AJ tonight, but listen, it's what it is. It's boxing. We've seen him lose it, but we have literally seen him get knocked out, lost them, and then come back and won them. However, Andy Ruiz turned up about 75 stone, so how much can you put on that win? I don't actually think AJ, he boxed well, but there's a grey cloud over that win for me against Ruiz too. I just didn't think he was very good at all. I don't think he was very good tonight either, and I'm really disappointed because AJ's a better boxer than he showed tonight. He is. He let Alexander Usyk control that ring way too much for me. How many times AJ absolutely loves controlling the ring and getting his opponent up against the ropes, and that's when he lets his shots fly. We see it so often, and he just could not do it tonight. Is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I am knackered, and you can tell because I'm just blabbering on it. It's 20 to 12. I am going to bed. Have a good night. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Drop a like. Let me know what you thought about the fight in the comments section. Press that notification bell. Don't miss a video, and I will see you later.